Hello, good evening. Happy Friday, everyone. It's Pamela here with you on another Tech Talk Live for this Friday the 13th of October, the year 2017. I'd like to welcome each of you to the show. Please share it out on Facebook, on all your social media sites. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy that you can join me tonight. I'm just trying to pull out my chat and get ready to bring you another lively, provocative, entertaining WordPress websites. We're going to be talking about your questions and answers, whatever you have you'd like me to answer for you tonight. I'm going to do that in our live chat as soon as I just pop that over here. So how's my lighting? My lighting looks like it's a little off. Okay, let's see. That makes it any better? I don't know. Anyways. Hey, Larry, welcome, 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 Larry. Let me see if I remember how to do this thing now. Okay, pop out my chat. I'm learning, Larry. Okay, there it goes. And let me see if I can put it. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. Right there. Okay, so how is your Friday? Hey, Alfredo, welcome. Audio sound package. Catching up? Okay, wow. So technical? Okay. Okay, yes, he is very technical. He's been up with me from 5 o'clock this morning talking about tech. And cooking, with it, potato pancakes. We just have to wait. Okay, lower bandwidth. Let me see if I could close a couple tabs that I have open. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Yeah, I don't need that one, but all the others I need. So, okay. So it's Friday and Tech Talk is back on schedule. We had an exciting, interesting week this week. A lot of things happened in my life, and I'm sure in yours too. This week was the official launch of my book, Top 10 Essential Oils for Health and Wellness. That launched with a presentation to a nurse that's a very good friend of mine, Barbara Wilson. And I just happen to have the copy of the book right here. Woohoo! There it is. That's my little nugget that I shared with the world this week. It tells the story of how I got started with aromatherapy. It also tells the story of my mom and her fight with cancer, looking for natural remedies. But that was my first love, so to speak. I love aromatherapy, and that's what brought me into this arena of teaching tech and learning. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. And learning all these social media tips and tricks. And then I found that I was feeling a little empty, a little lost. And I realized it was because I wasn't using my tech skills. All those skills I'd learned in college and I'd studied for, I wasn't using those the way I would have liked to have been using them. So, of course, you remember the Blab story. I started the tech tips on Blab, and then Blab went away. Besides that, I had a horrible experience where my videos were actually being stolen. So I had to regroup, and I found my way to YouTube with the help of the Work and Focus crew. So for them, I am forever grateful. Ooh, book launch cake. Hey! So tonight, I'm here to talk to you about websites and WordPress websites specifically. And the reason is I want to share what I did today. Today, I spent the entire day updating the TechTALK Live website and a little bit over on the Au Natural side too. So I'm going to share what I did. Thank you. And you can go and check out the website, TechTalk242.com, TechTalkLive242.com. That's the TechTalk website that I updated today. And also, Larry, you would know this because you and I worked on a part of this together. Over on aunaturalaromatherapy.com, there's a couple new things going on over there. So you know the book launch is now there. The opt-in is there for those who want to book an appointment as well as get a download. That's there. And there's been a little slight changes with the color. What I want to do tonight is, for those of you who are interested, I want to take you through some of the things that I did. And if you need help, I can tell you how we can do that together. I will actually help you to update your WordPress websites, okay? And it's not very hard. It takes patience, it takes knowledge and skill, and then you just have to ask the right questions and you get the answers. Like today, I didn't know what my topic was going to be tonight, and I was speaking to Miss Eileen, and she said to me, "There's your topic," and I said, "Oh yeah, you're right. I was looking for a topic for tonight's show." I don't want to be too long, but we're always welcome to the after show. Okay, so I'm going to start with a brief intro, and then I'll go for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then I'll take it to any open discussion we want to do, so forth. 242 is my area code, Larry. That's the significance of that. Yeah, it's 242. So if you wish, you could type it in the chat so someone else can, if anyone else want to go and check it out, it's TechTalkLive242.com. So here's my intro. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pam Gomez, for those of you I have not met. Tonight, I'm here to talk to you about WordPress and WordPress updates specifically that I've done on my website. I love using WordPress because it's easy. It's a self-hosted website. I get to make the changes and I control my data. Oh, yeah. I see you, Larry. So today I spent pretty much half of the day on my WordPress site, which is TechTalk Live 242. I added pages and I removed pages that were somewhat outdated on my menu. I also changed the menu so that it reflects the new information and more resources for my visitors to the site. I've added photos that are significant to my blog and to what's going on in my life right now. And let me see if I'm as good as my dear friends at sharing pages. So, this is a bit new to me. I'll tell you what is. Working on this platform, sharing basically you're going into the belly of the beast because I'm going to share the inside of my website with you. Okay, here we are. This is actually my homepage, and I have a shop here that sells tech stuff, but for the moment, it exists, but on October 27, it's going to be going away. I also have a link to my Patreon page where my supporters can come on over and reach me. These are featured events, which is the Amazon store, the YouTube channel, and Opt-in Monster. That's what I use to build some of my opt-ins. The blog itself, this page here is featured on the front page. It gives you a snippet of all of my blog posts that I've written. And then below, the story of my why story, why I created TechTALK Live. And I needed to add an opt-in here because people were coming in and there was no way for them to get to my list to join my newsletter or just to get updates from me. And of course, I've linked the story in a video form to the front page. These were all recent updates, okay, on the home page. But what I really want to take you to tonight is my resources. I created a resources page. All that other good stuff you could go by and look at. Like I said, the shop is going away. Okay, here, this is my jam world. Some of the resources that I use to build this site. I use PicMonkey for my pictures, Creative Markets for my fonts, some of my stock photos. Thinkific is in the process. I have a course that I'm building that's on Thinkific that you'll be able to see shortly. I use Bluehost as a learning tool and Weebly for some of my students. Some of them prefer those hosting platforms for their blogs and their websites. So I make it an option. I don't say to everyone that you have to use HostGator, which I've used. I also teach them how to use Bluehost and Weebly. And they sometimes have some really, really, really good discounts, especially Bluehost running the $2.95 special right now. That is awesome. And Weebly, they just did a question to their audience. They asked why what does success mean to you? And this video shows the response. Opt-in Monster I used for my list. MailChimp and again PicMonkey were used for my graphics and some of my artwork and my webinars. You know, I've done webinars and training on Zoom and Easy Webinar in the past. And of course, we're here with YouTube right now. Hootsuite I use for some of my scheduling and social jukebox as well. And for my passive income, I'm giving you all the secrets, guys. I use ShareSale and ClickBank for my opt-ins. Okay? So I just wanted to share that bit with you about what was going on over there this week on my page. Any questions so far from anybody? Hello, Miss Eileen. How are you? Welcome to the show. I will be adding a guest in just a short while, but I want to cover just a little bit more of what I've done today. So, just to recap, I did some changes. I added the text. I added a new page. I removed the page that was there that really didn't serve any purpose. In addition to that, I changed the menu to now include the resources page. I still have my live page, so I don't know, maybe you can tell me if you can see me live now on the YouTube feed. I to all service, even if they're not affiliate. Ah, yes, I do agree with that as well. Thank you for that tip, Larry. But like I said, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So that's what I did today so far with that part of or that website. As you know, I have two, and I'm never gonna neglect one for the other. I've been asked a couple times, why do I do tech? It's because I never used the skills that I learned and I loved doing. When I was in college, I was the, what they call it, the computer lab queen. Yeah, Eileen is the diva, but I was the computer lab queen. If anybody wanted to know something or something to be done, they were calling on me. And back then, we did not have all this technology. I'm sorry, it was not this up to date. So I think I went over my 12 minutes. But the other thing I want to say before I invite my guests in is I'm inviting you, anyone who needs assistance with WordPress, assistance with creating their website, or font information, you want to learn to create a logo and you just don't know how to do it, well, PicMonkey and Canva, along with the fonts that I've been getting from Creative Market. Thank you, Eileen, for that tip. I will help you, whoever you are. Leave me a note in the chat, or I invite you to go over to my Patreon page and become a Patreon. You can get tonight 5 persons can get this service for $1 a month, which is $12 a year. I don't know where you could get this type of information for $12, but not only do you get help with your building your website and your social media, I will include you in the community, which is a closed, exclusive community of persons who will have one-on-ones with me at least once a month. Where in the world can you get this service for $1 a month? Tonight, that is open to 5 persons, okay? $1 per month, which is $12 a year. You can get in and you can get help for your website, your WordPress website, and I'm specifying WordPress because I'm using that right now, and I want to help you with the WordPress side of it, right? So it'll be like nothing to get on to the community, log into the community and say, oh yeah, go to the dashboard and click on XYZ and you're in. That's done. Not only that, for $12 and joining this community, you will also get help with your YouTube channels. Now, I remember when I was starting out on YouTube, okay? Oh boy, there used to be Sundays with Alfredo and Beauty. There used to be Saturdays with Eileen and the other crew. And there were times we did like 24-hour sessions on Blab, just sharing and caring, giving tips and tricks to grow our social media sites, our training courses, create ebooks, you name it. Well, my ebook never happened. Sorry to say, it never happened. But instead, I got a real book. Okay? All right. So the last thing I want to say to you, I want to thank you for watching tonight, and I want to ask you, if you enjoyed the information presented here tonight, to please subscribe and share it with share the video with your followers and friends. And lastly, before I close, let me see what's going on over in the chat. Alfredo says, work in progress. Yes. YouTube live link takes me. Oh, really? Okay, we got to fix that. And awesome, Pam, I'm learning. Okay, Larry, we could talk. I can help you with Patreon. It took me a couple of days, but I learned my way around. Then when they changed the platform recently, that was another learning curve, but I got it down packed today. I did some updates over there as well. I forgot that. So not only did I update WordPress, I updated Patreon today as well. So I changed some photos. I released a new blog over there for my public subscribers, for the public viewing. So you might want to check that out over on Patreon, my Patreon page. I put out a public post today. And lastly, I just want to reflect on all the accomplishments of this past week before I go. It was a rainfall of blessings, just like it's raining outside right now. My goodness, I started on Tuesday with the arrival of the books. I mean, a stack of books arrived in Nassau, so I was able to make presentations. I made a couple presentations to supporters who had supported me by purchasing stuff from my business. Then, the same day, I presented to my institute, the Aroma Head Institute, my final research paper for my aromatherapy certification. And I don't know if I announced it here or on Facebook, but I'm a certified aromatherapist. Did I carry on bad? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm now certified as an aromatherapist, and that means a lot because I enrolled in 2014 and life got in the way. And you know, when life gets in the way, things are happening, you slow down, you take your time, and you do it in little chunks. So that's what I did. And I finished it this past week with my final paper, which was written on Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And if you don't know what it is, we could talk about that at another time. But that got me my, and I was officially certified. Yes, 235 hours of studies, writing papers, and 5 case studies. Yes, in-depth case studies. Eileen, I think you'll remember the psoriasis breakdown I had. Then there was the keloid breakdown. There was an insomnia case study I did where I monitored someone for a time. Then there was, oh gosh, what else was there? I think there was another case of insomnia. And then someone had, oh gosh, I can't remember what the 5th one was, but there was 5 case studies that I had to turn in, which was 5 papers, and each of them had details that had reports that had to be written and turned in within that 235 hours. So yeah, it was a great accomplishment. This week felt like, oh my goodness, heaven was raining down on me. But I'm grateful. I am grateful. I'm thankful for all of you who supported me, who put up with me. There were times when I went missing from the platform, and when I came back, you were still there. But you know, life sometimes get in the way, but we never give up. We have to keep on keeping on, doing what we need to do to get it done. And with that, I'm going to say thank you all again for watching. And I'm going to open up the seat. So let me invite, let's see, Larry and Eileen and Alfredo. I don't know who want to come over, but woohoo, wait, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. Whew. Eileen, I'm going to put it in. Whew. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to send this over to Facebook, Eileen, this link for you. And, oh, where is she? She's not there. Larry's there. Okay. My screen want to play a little game on me tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. Alfredo, you see, but okay, there you go. And Larry. Hey, Patricia Murray, what's happening? Why is that there? Okay. This is, I don't see Eileen. Where is Eileen? I hope this is not like appear in when we go to appear in and disappear. It disappears. Okay. Who I've got on tab? I don't see anybody yet. Okay. So yeah, guys, this was an exciting week, and I just hope it keeps on raining like it was this week, because it was, I mean, awesome, an awesome feeling. I am forever grateful. Alfredo and I woke up this morning, him in California and me in Nassau, and we both tuned into Fryaway's program, and oh my goodness, it was so good. Okay, Alfredo, how do I do this? Hey, how are you?
Fine.
Why are you muted? Okay, there you go. How are you?
I am well.
Okay, I'm waiting for Larry and Eileen. I sent the link. I don't see him yet. How did you enjoy the show?
Good show. Good show.
Thank you. Now I'll have to edit it later. But you know, there was something that happened. I had scheduled the show in the scheduler, and it popped up twice on my channel.
Right.
You saw that? There was something that happened. I had scheduled it. Hey, Larry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling awesome.
That's good. Very happy for you. Congratulations on all your accomplishments this week.
It was a great week, Larry. I felt like the heavens opened and rained down on me.
That's awesome.
So how was your week?
Slow but steady.
Keep it going. Don't stop.
You know, I'm trying to get some things off my to-do list, as far as trying to wrap up some clients with their WordPress websites. You know, I can create a fantastic website, but if you don't give me the content for, let's see, since February,
that's a problem.
That's a big problem. And there are, you know, they're like Mayanna and all those guys, they put in the contracts and stuff that you have to give me content in such and such a time. I don't even know if Mayanna does this anymore, but other people do have these contracts where they're very explicit about, you have to give me content at this day. I can null and void the contract at this time if you don't supply me. And I'm like, should I do that? I don't know. But it's getting to the point where it's always on my to-do list, day after day, month after month. I always have to follow up with these people and chase them down for content. And it's very annoying.
Is there a way, like when you take the job, you can give them a list of things that you need with a date?
I don't apply the date. Because sometimes they can't create the content. They have to hire a copy editor or a copywriter. And so they're going out to a third party, and I can't control that. And so I can say to them, well, I need it by the 10th of October. And they'll say, well, I'm still waiting on the copywriter. And so that's no fault of their own because they hired somebody else to do it. And that was the particular case with this individual, where he got this lady who has no business being a copywriter, and he went out and hired her to be a copywriter, and it took 6 months of him to figure it out that she shouldn't be copywriting anything that he's doing, and she'd never gave him any content. Now, should I penalize the client for that and say, listen, I washed my hands with this, I'm done, or do I just wait?
Well, I'd send him a nice note. Nothing strong, just advising him as to your position, and just to try and find a resolution around it, or some sort of workaround that would be mutually beneficial. But also give him a deadline. I'd give him a deadline. If I don't get it by, it's been 6 months. If I don't get it by the 7th month, I'm afraid I'm going to have to release this project.
I might have to start doing that. I don't want to do that because, you know, these guys are just figuring out their businesses, the people I deal with. So, you know, they're something like you or some other people where they're saying, okay, I know what I want, but how do I put all those pieces together? And so I don't want to penalize them as they're trying to figure out how do they translate what they do offline to online? How do I get what I talk about offline and what I do? Like this guy was a general contractor. How do I make that work online? And so he's trying to figure that out. I'm trying to explain it to him. He might not get it. He goes off to hire a copywriter. And so I think it was just this particular client that just didn't get it. And he was super busy. He's a one guy marching band, and he had to do everything for his business. But a big piece of this is your website. So
exactly. How do you want to present yourself to the world?
Yeah. So,
you know,
hopefully it ends soon. I told him, you know, here's your final invoice. Let's move on. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's been nagging at me to get these things off my plate so I can focus on the things that I need to do.
I had a similar experience, but I was actually hiring it wasn't a copywriter. It was when I was freaking out about SEO. And I didn't understand SEO, especially for blogging and websites, and especially on my WordPress site. It bothered me because I was using Yoast, and all of the buttons in the WordPress dashboard or on the when I looked at my pages and my blog, all of the buttons were either gray or red, which meant that the SEO wasn't done properly. So I paid someone. I paid a guy to do the SEO on my website, on all the blog posts that I'd done and all the pages I'd created. And in addition to that, he had agreed to create some other pages if I provided the content. Well, I did that. I provided the pictures, I provided the text, most of it. But there were days when he was required to write some of the text, and that was a big problem because he was Indian.
Mm-hmm.
And the language and the grammar and the way he saw aromatherapy was not the way I saw aromatherapy. It was just a conflict. So I had to walk away from it. And the sad part about that for me was I'd given him control of the website, full control, administrative rights.
Oops.
Yeah. So when I terminated him, I
I
went
hope
in.
you didn't delete him out of the admin first before you told him to go away. I hope.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But what I did not delete him from was the AdSense or what was it? The AdWords account. What are those Google accounts?
Yep.
And when I went back to check the account, I had no information for the period that he was working with me. No analytics, right? There was none. And I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized I didn't delete him from the Google, side of it. So that was my lesson. I immediately did that and took all the access away from him. And now it's fine. I've been doing it myself, not as fast as I would like, but I'm moving along at a slow, steady pace. The other thing that's happening now is I'm paying attention to my social media sites, so I see things happening now, and I'm responding myself rather than depending on someone else to just respond for me. So my interaction has increased.
Because it's your voice. You're
Yeah.
responding in your voice. It's not someone else responding for you, which may not that person may not say the exact same thing you would say or have the same reaction or interaction. Especially if that person who's doing it for you is asks a question, or someone asks a question of them and they think it's you, and it could go very badly.
Yes. And the other thing that's happened, and that frightened me too, the other thing that's happening now from a YouTube perspective, I'm trying to build my subscribers and I'm providing content and I'm getting questions where persons want me to relinquish to them answers that I would normally charge for.
Oh, well, then you just say, here's my here's my setup to go book some time with me.
Exactly. And I think some people get offended by that, but how could you? I've worked, I've studied, I've done what was required of me to learn this stuff.
Right.
How can I now give it away to you for free and it costs me to gain the knowledge?
Right. Yeah, you got to draw a line. That's all. It's a business. You're running a business. You're trying to run a business. You're trying to make some money and grow your business. And if they don't understand that, then they were never going to be your customer in the first place.
Exactly. So I hope that appearing on these live streams and sharing the information, I can build a community of persons who find the information that I'm giving away for free valuable and would want to dive even deeper and learn how to build their own websites or create their own infographics or social media posts that looks awesome and animated and the rest of it. Yeah, so Alfredo, you're pretty quiet. Are you still at work?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I see.
Gotta whisper. He's gonna whisper.
I won't tell the world you cooked last evening for your family. We watched Alfredo in a live stream last night. He fixed the complete meal for his family while live streaming.
Oh, I missed that. I gotta make sure you're in my Bell Squad. There's the whole thing going around now with the hashtag Bell Squad.
What is that?
It's something that Social Media Examiner created. They're creating a new show called The Journey, and in the video he said, "Make sure you click the bell to become part of the Bell Squad," and I thought that was pretty neat.
I've noticed now that your notifications actually ring with a bell. I don't know if it's on Instagram or is it on...
Yeah, it's like a ping and goes ping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've changed it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it wasn't that sound before, and it's not something that I've been doing, but I've noticed it in several environments. So the bell actually rings now. So I guess that's what they mean by the notifications, the bell squad, perhaps.
Yeah. So I got to check that off for Alfredo, because I caught one when they were doing Legos with his son. So I haven't seen any since then. So I got to make sure you're checked off on the bell.
Definitely, definitely. And I wish Patricia had come in, because
External messenger. I don't know what that means, Alfredo.
hi, Alfredo. I see you popped up. So yeah, Patricia and we stayed in pretty late last night, and I was up pretty early this morning as well, because even though there's a 3-hour difference between where he lives and I live, we always try to support each other's streams, and sometimes it just happens by coincidence. I'm passing through or checking notices, and I see, okay, Alfredo's live, he's doing something, and I'll check in and support the stream.
Yeah.
Same as with Friar Wade. Friar Wade does the 8 a.m. broadcast.
Yeah, morning prayer. Yep.
Yes. And I've caught him every day this week and shared it out a couple of times. It is such a beautiful start to your day. And I want to say thank you to him for all the prayers and recognition he's given to me and Au Natural Aromatherapy and TechTALK Live during the week. Because I tell you, he's been praying for me and praying for my business so much.
There you go.
I think that's why I'm getting all these blessings.
The power of prayer. It works.
It certainly does. So does anybody, I noticed we had some other persons join us, and I didn't mean to ignore you. If you have a question, please drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer the question. But we're just hanging out now. It's the after show. I will edit it out before I post it. So, you know, I don't want the video to be beyond 20 minutes. I'm trying to keep my videos shorter now, so that they'll get more views, and maybe I'll get my monetization back.
Gotta get those views up.
Oh yeah, I did a couple posts, and I have added previous repurposed videos. That's one trick. I've also been tweeting about them, so maybe that'll work as well. But YouTube's not been nice to the techie. They've been lovely to Au Natural. Oh man, they so love Au Natural Aromatherapy. It's amazing. I went to almost 20,000 views. I don't know how many months that was, but it wasn't very long, because when Eileen asked the question a few months back, she said in a chat, it must have been February or March, she asked, does anybody have 20,000 views? I mean, sorry, 10,000 views on their channel? And I said, oh yeah, I do. I said it with no problem.
Yeah.
Thinking both channels were the same, because they both had been given all the bells and whistles. But 2 weeks ago, I had a rude awakening.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, my heart broke. My heart broke, okay? I wrote to them. I said, how could this be? Because it was months after they made the announcement. I still had the features.
Wow.
So the thing now is to work hard, make a difference, and grow. Eileen says, great show, Pam. I shared it on Twitter. Oh, thank you, Eileen. Alfredo said, Larry, the external chat can be viewed in Gmail or Hangouts website. Okay. Did you know that, Larry?
No, but I'll figure it out. That's what I just typed in. Damn. No big deal. I'll if I don't catch up with it then, I'll catch up with them on Facebook or something. But Just trying to help him out with some questions I guess he's got about WordPress.
Yeah, please do. Now, I'm just wondering, I got a couple people watching. Would you mind just sharing where you're watching from, which country? So I'd love to know where my viewers are at this time. I know I watch people's streams, including Friday this morning, and we had people in Australia, people in the Netherlands, people all over the world. I'd like to know where my viewers are. So even after the show is done, well, I don't know if anybody would say, but yeah, I'd love to know.
So are you still doing You Now?
Yes, I am. But let me tell you what happened.
I wouldn't recommend it because I went over to there. Now, Chrome has since said no to Flash, no Adobe Flash.
Okay.
And I went over to You Now because you were on there live or something. You were testing. I was over on YouTube and you said that you were streaming from You Now.
That was a week ago.
I went to You Now and I couldn't see anything because Chrome blocked me because it was all Flash player and I didn't have a Flash player. So just be careful of that. So I'd stick with YouTube.
Tell you what happened. just sharing. Today I tried to set it up to work from Chrome and it just kept buffering, right? So I decided that I'll just go to YouTube alone and I would not try You Now.
Mm-hmm.
So as time approached, I went over there again from my mobile device and it opens perfectly on the mobile device, but it won't open from Chrome like you said. So there's something going on there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bother with that anymore, but there's a couple people that I follow on You Now, and there's a young girl by the name of Demi and her brother, they call him Rock Nation. This guy turned on a live stream and his stream was not picking up, but he was giving out good content about music.
Mm-hmm.
What happened during his stream is his sister logged in and she felt like his stream was failing. So she called out to her friends and told them to support her brother. And I watched this live. He went from like maybe 100 likes to 200,000 likes.
Wow.
In an hour.
That's incredible.
Yes. So I reached out to them and I said, look, hey, I'm trying to grow my following too. How on earth do you do this? So she said, well, I've been on this platform for ages and I've just met people all over the world. And when she's ready, she just sends a ping to her followers and say, hey, follow me to this particular stream.
Mm.
And I said, girl, I need you over on YouTube to do that.
Yeah.
So it won't work for me because she's not on YouTube. Only when the You Now and YouTube connection works, when the live stream works.
Yeah.
So it's not happening.
Yeah. So you're gonna enjoy a nice long weekend and do nothing, or what? How's your list coming along?
My weekend will be working on those same two websites. I don't have days off anymore. No, that's the thing of the past. Days off and working hours like 9 to 5, that don't happen. If I wake up at 1 a.m. and I feel like there's something that I need to do in my store or in my on the site, I will go and I'll do that any hour.
Yeah.
One lady I was in a stream with, she says her husband works from home, but every morning he wakes up at 7, get dressed, put on his jeans, and go to his office in the house. So I said, something, that's the way to be. That's the lifestyle. He still gets dressed, but he doesn't leave the house. there was one other thing I wanted to say to you. With the store going away, Larry, perhaps you could answer this question. I liked the A store, and I know my friend Eileen, she didn't like it at all. Do you think Amazon products that I support or promote, I can add them in my WooCommerce store?
There might be a plugin or a. Am I echoing?
No, I don't hear it.
It's on my side. Hold on. Let me put my. There might be a plugin that will allow you to do that through the WooCommerce. There might be a WooCommerce plugin to allow you to do that. An add-on. I think that there is a add-on for WooCommerce that will allow you to add in Amazon products. What I do is very simple. I just grab the image from Amazon, I grab the information from Amazon, and then I add the Amazon button. You get an Amazon button, and that's it. So you have everything from Amazon, and the link goes to your affiliate link.
Okay, so on checkout, they're checking out through Amazon?
I gotta put on my headphones.
Okay.
Go ahead.
On checkout, you're checking out through Amazon, or you're checking out through your site?
For the WooCommerce, I'm not sure, but for what I was just describing, it goes right to Amazon to check out. No one knows the wiser. They just think they're going to the product page, and they don't know it's an affiliate unless they know to look in the URL for the tag, which is what I do on occasion. So I don't want people giving extra money, I guess, to other people. But I notice those things, whether I pay for it or not. That's moot. But it's very simple to do. Just grab in your affiliate associates area. You, instead of grabbing the URL, you grab the button, and you put the button on your website. Or you can even screen capture the button and just use that as a GIF, and just put a URL on that image to take them to Amazon.
That's the next project, because Amazon has given notice that all the A stores are going away. And that was, I mean, for me, that was easy peasy. Just throw up an A store and you're good.
Yeah.
But choose your products and you're good. But now I've added a WooCommerce store. I like the setup. I like that I can customize it somewhat, but I've not explored the option of importing the products that I selected from Amazon into that store. Now I'm about to make my own essential oil products, but I do not have a tech product that I can put in a WooCommerce store. So there's my dilemma. I wanted to take tech products and put them on my TechTALK WooCommerce store.
I just looked up real quickly while you were talking, and there's a WooCommerce Amazon affiliates plugin over on codecanyon.net. It's $42.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it works or not. It's got 4.5 stars with 5,100 comments, so it must be in
5,100.
5,100 comments, 4.5 stars, and 20,000 in sales. So it must be good.
Amazon, what's it called? WooCommerce.
WooCommerce Amazon Affiliates WordPress plugin. So I will go check that out.
Okay.
You know how they used to say there's an app for that? Well, there's a plugin for that.
Yes, there's a plugin for that.
You just got to know where to look. And, you know, I always search it for.
That's what I want to teach. That's what I want to teach my community, my followers, that there is a plugin for that. Just ask the question and we got a plugin for that. And it's an easy application in most cases. And if there is a problem, you just call the developer. I've been stuck at times where I had to put the feelers out to other persons. So if it's one person in my community with a problem, I'm sure there's someone in that community who's had that problem or a similar problem before, and usually we can work it out.
Yeah, and that's how you get your content going too, because then you can start creating blog posts around those pain points. You can start creating YouTube videos around those pain points, solving those pain points, and discussing that with your community. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That is wonderful. Well, Larry, I'm nearing that 1 hour mark, and I really appreciate you and Alfredo for coming in, Eileen for dropping in the chat, and anyone else who may have been listening. I call them the lurkers. Thank you so much for lurking. You'll help my statistics, my analytics in any event. This has been a fun time, and I'm looking forward to helping others grow their channels, improve their WordPress sites, as well as the others, the Bluehost, Weebly sites. There's persons out there who are using those platforms and or hosting platforms. I would love to help them as well. I did write a blog post about Bluehost. I have not done one yet about Weebly, and I think I'll be looking into that sometime soon. So if there's anyone out there struggling with either of those platforms and needs some help, I invite those persons to come on over and join my Patreon community, which is patreon.com/Oh Natural Aroma. But don't mind the name, because in Oh Natural Aroma Patreon page, the banner states aromatherapy and tech, we talk.
That's great.
Yeah. So, is there anything else we can talk about tonight, Larry?
Well, I know nothing about Weebly or Wix, so maybe I can learn something from you at some point in the future.
Sure. Weebly for me, not Weebly, Wix. Let me tell you my horror story in two or three sentences. I started out with GoDaddy on a website builder. That was a horror story.
That was terrible.
Yes. You're not telling me. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
It was a terrible experience. So in trying to find my way around the hosting dilemma, I ended up with a Wix site. Okay. A girlfriend of mine that lives in Taiwan, well, actually, she was moving from Taiwan to Jakarta, Indonesia. And she had started a site before she left Taiwan. She went to Jakarta, Indonesia, and she lives there. That's where her family is. So she wanted to set up a business. So she wrote to me, she showed me the site, and she said, girl, guess what? We did this in a weekend. It was a flower shop. It was beautiful. Everything looks lovely. It was functioning. You could purchase the flowers and send them anywhere around the world, or buy flowers from her and have it delivered anywhere in the world. Little did she tell me, it was a website builder. It was free. It was, it wasn't self-hosted. She had to, if they closed down, she closed down. Business over. Shut up. You know? So I created a site like she did in one weekend, called it, I don't even remember what I called it. And I went into one of those let me critique your website shows. And oh, did they critique my website. I learned about self-hosting and oh my God, website builders and all the rest of those techie terms they threw at me in one show. And after that, I think it was around the time we were on Blab, and I still had the GoDaddy site up. So instead of showing the Wix site. I showed the GoDaddy site, knowing that there was a problem. So they weren't as hard on me with the GoDaddy site, but they pointed out the fact that I didn't have a cPanel, I didn't have control of my files, and you know, all the nitty gritty. They pointed out the fact that there was a difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. At the time, I was running the WordPress.com blog. So in that evaluation or that review, that website review, and this was one of the turning points too that got me to start doing website reviews, because I got a really hard review. So once I learned all the no, 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 no's, I was able to teach the no, 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 no's. And then I started getting the, oh yes, that works. Yes, that looks great. That's terrible. Or, you know, fix this, fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Then when that part, the behind the scenes part was done, then it became all about how does it look aesthetically? Is the colors matching? Is the color too loud for the purpose? You don't take a bright orange and put it on a website that you're talking about aromatherapy and it's subtle and, you know, elegant. You don't do that. But if I was talking about children's crayons, you want to put those bright, beautiful colors that they would jump out at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I had to learn color psychology. Is that what they call it? The psychology of colors.
Yep.
And with that, I had lots of help as well. I did a course on Canva. I did some training with another lady, and there's this graphic artist that one day just spent a couple hours and we just talked about colors and what they mean. And she sure threw stuff out there that I recognize immediately and the effect that they have on me. Think about it. Think about Coca-Cola. When you think about Coca-Cola, you don't think about some subtle green thing. You think about red, bright, you know, you want it now, a cold Coke. So I had to learn those things. And I'm really, really glad that I did when I did, because now it makes, I have a graphic artist. I have an appreciation for a graphic artist, okay, and what they do, because they had to study these things. They had to learn them, and I just happened to come across it. So, you know, never think that, oh, that's an easy job, because they had to put some work into it.
Yeah.
So the chat seemed to have closed down for the night. I'm 3 minutes past the 8 p.m. hour. It was a beautiful time here tonight. I really enjoyed the conversation, the interaction.
So I'll catch you next week then.
What is this? Next week, I hope to be here. I gotta tell you, next week, Friday, I'm attending an event, which is a gala ball. So I will be missing from the 18th, 19th, and the 20th.
Oh, okay.
But if I can, I will put on a repurposed video or do something earlier in the week. But I know for sure next Friday night, I won't be around.
All righty.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in.
See you later.
Okay, bye. Bye, Alfredo.